What do you say to that? Like AIDS?
Like she wants something
Yeah.
serious. Like she wants AIDS.
Yeah, like I want something serious. And you're like, what do you mean, like AIDS? I can do that. I can try. I can try.
Yeah. It makes you. Obviously, she meant relationship, and you don't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's like AIDS? I don't have that. Like, you want something serious? I mean, like chlamydia, it's not that serious. That's a week. If you're looking for something long term, I know a guy.
Do you want to get back into a relationship? Do you even care? I feel like you have no
We'll talk
ability
about it.
to be. Well, I know I'm hitting the buttons and stuff.
Yeah. I do, man. But I want like a good one.
I don't think you're in control of it ever.
But I need to be now.
Well, maybe, but I mean, it's like it's always a fight back. I'm like, I ask you, I'm like, hey, you'll talk about someone, and then I'll say, hey, are you dating? And you're like, man, and then a couple of months later, it just happened. Like,
Yeah.
it's never like, hey, I'm seeing this girl, I think I'm gonna date her. It's always like, I don't really like her, and then the next thing you know, you're just spending all the time with her, and you're like, well, I guess we're dating.
I think you're getting me confused with someone. No, that's literally, I don't think any of that has ever happened.
Really?
No.
So when you were dating your ex-girlfriend who's
Mm-hmm.
overseas now, like you guys sat down and were like, we are now official.
Yeah, I had to get that. Because like she was shady.
Oh.
So I was like, hey, listen, you don't post me in anything.
Oh.
There's no reference of me anywhere. You tell me not to worry about this guy. and
I
then-
kind of like that. Maybe we should start the show then. That's an interesting.
All right.
Hold on, let me cut back and forth. So when I look at this later,
Is this 32?
31, because last week was 30.
Okay, well, yeah. Whatever.
And you got all.
Ready?
Yes. And in 3, 2.
Hey, guys, it's Matt Light, and this is episode 31. Can you name a famous number 31 football player?
No, you throwing things at me right away.
He asked for a 13, but she drew a 31. Friends say he's trying too hard, and he's not quite hip, but in his own mind, he's the dopest.
Shit.
You go, give it
Too
to
legit.
me, baby.
Oh, I don't even know.
You're pretty fly for a white. This is episode 31. I am Matt Light. I don't even have my headphones on, but apparently we were talking about something good, and he wants to roll with it. Alongside me here is Dustin Dowling. Wow, I can hear you now. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah, we go. It's a podcast thing. And
I look good today. I got a Los Angeles Dodgers hat on.
there you go.
Love wearing grays and blues when you have blue eyes.
Oh.
That's probably why you said what you said to me earlier.
What? Did I say something
You
mean?
said I look tan.
I know. I said you look tan.
I got a nice beard trim up. You have a nice beard
I
trim
do.
up.
I do try to trim up for
You
the
know,
show.
I do like the fact that you just have full on mustache, though. You're the only person that can pull it off.
I'm the only person that can pull it off.
Like with a little baby face, little beard, but a big mustache.
That's the beardy boy. That's the whole point of why I figured that name out. Because
Right.
the beard, it kind of comes in full in spaces, but I still look young no matter what.
yeah.
So.
But the mustache is great.
Oh, thank you. The mustache is in now, though, right?
Yeah, but like ironically, and like Morgan Wallen, like I have to have a mullet with it, or
Right.
like,
I have. This is not part
or
of.
you look
the,
like a Rhode Island State Trooper, like mustache, like irony. Like you've been rocking the stash. I want to say for the 13 years I've known you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Has
At
it
least this
been?
version of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we look good today.
Yeah,
Got
we
my-
look great. Everyone subscribe. Check us out on the websites.
Yeah.
Come to our shows. Patreon, YouTube, improv, all those things. If you don't know, this is completely different, but I have found myself being annoyed, even watching your stuff, other people's stuff, of constantly being told a website or where to go. Like, does it really work to
No,
have to
just figure it out.
constantly grind that call to action? Haven't we not figured it out? It's the link in the bio,
Do you-
or it's underneath.
But do you know how annoying it is for me when people want to come to my shows? Hey, how do I get tickets? Hey, listen, when you want to go to a Steelers game,
Yeah.
you ever just text Big Ben and go, "Hey, man, where do I go?"
Where do I go? Like, how do I get? Do I just show up?
If you were going to see another band, what would you do? I'd Google them. Well, you're the one performing. No, you want free tickets.
yeah.
You're flirting around the free tickets,
Yeah.
and it's not going to happen.
Speaking of, you got me on the list for December 16th, me plus one.
No.
What?
Why would I?
Because I am the host with the mostest.
Not
the
on that
pretty-
show.
What is all the nice things you said about me last?
Yeah, well, I
podcast?
have to say that, or otherwise we don't do this anymore. So, yeah, of course you have free tickets, bro. You and your girlfriend, and I have comps for one more group of people, and that's it. Everybody else has to pay.
Everybody has to pay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. So you were talking to me about relationships.
I kind of just dove into it because it's always a surprise to me when you're in a relationship or not. Like I'll hear things, and then next thing you know, you're like, "Yes, we're dating."
No, that's
And-
called a toxic relationship.
Yeah, and then I asked you about your ex, and I said, "Did you actually make a time to make it official?" Where you're like, "We are now boyfriend girlfriend," and you actually said yes.
You had to.
Yeah.
When you listen, this is and I shouldn't be airing out dirty laundry, but fuck it.
Fuck the Matt Light podcast.
You
That's what
know,
it's here
I mean,
for.
this is be real with any situation.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in a relationship and you're not sure where you guys stand at, you have to make that call and say, "Hey, listen, like, what are we? Like, if I want this to be a relationship, you need to take it like that. Like, so fucking post me." That was one of my biggest problems I had with my ex. She never posts pictures of me. She'd post me on her story.
Because
But-
that goes away.
But that goes away. And not only that, but it's like if you meet somebody at the bar and you exchange Instagrams, that happened days ago. It's already gone. So on the story, on the page is all you see. So you'll never know or have an idea if this person's in a relationship. So that was one of the shady things in the beginning. There's a lot of shady things, but I think that's really important to, if you like somebody and you want to date them, hey, like, are we doing this? Like, what happened with you guys?
That's like the new relationship status now is you have to have a tag picture on your Instagram grid.
But why wouldn't you, though?
Well, no, I
You're
get it.
spending time with this person all the
Right,
time.
right.
You're excited to be with them. Why wouldn't you be like, hey, look,
I guess it's, obviously before it was the Facebook relationship, you had to click the accept. And that was the standard way, that everyone knew your relationship.
yeah.
If you're a constant post, it's so by person because those single people that are actually out there showing that they're out there, showing that they're at the bar, showing that they're having
Yeah.
fun, and if they start dating someone and those pictures stay the same, like then it's like, all right, you're trying to kind of hide. So I don't want to say like you have to. It's
Well,
like,
I think there's over the top. Like,
Mhm.
I think usually, like, the people that post their boyfriends nonstop,
oh, that's annoying too.
one of you cheated. Like, one of you guys cheated. One of you is a fucking shitty person. And they're like, no, babe, look, it's just me and you. It's me and you. Even though I'm DMing everybody else, as long as they posted a picture of your chubby fucking ass wearing a flannel.
I was talking to this girl over the pandemic, and it was mostly through Snapchat. So like stories, that stuff.
Well, that's
goes-
not going to be a real relationship.
Well, no, but we were just chatting. It wasn't like we were having a relationship. I
Okay.
think I came over maybe once or twice, but that wasn't the point. But she was cool, and her snaps were kind of interesting and fun.
What do you mean by interesting? Like, wow.
Like one,
her nipple looks better.
well, like
today.
one, she was a nurse, so she was like being goofy and showing all the weird COVID shit.
Okay.
So, and like she was
That's
always
interesting.
She was like interesting and always like showing her day. But then all of a sudden, out of the blue, she got a boyfriend, and next thing you knew, everything changed. It was like black and white professional pictures of her and her boyfriend. She no longer did the cute, funny things when she was out and about. And I
So
was
let me
like,
ask you a question
so
about
lame.
that. Because I've been thinking about this for a while. When you see a picture of a boyfriend or a girlfriend, right?
Mhm.
But like you recently were talking to that person, or you know a little bit about that person, it's like, where'd they come from? How long was this person on the back burner until you made it Facebook official? Like the posts and everything. Like, for example, this guy, right? How long do you think they were probably talking before they posted the photo?
Oh, I mean, probably a long time.
That's
As
what's
like, wow.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Because they act single the whole time
Yeah. Yeah, right up to that, and it was like an official
until you post the
day.
picture. Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't like because you
Yeah,
don't
you have
go
to
out.
schedule that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's at least 2 weeks in advance.
100%. So, and that's when I kind of stopped talking to her. 'Cause I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But she was also one of those girls. Like the next time I saw her, like out, she came right up to me and she was like, "Oh, how you doing? Hey, we're all hanging in the back over here." Now, I knew the guy she was dating too, so it wasn't like crazy, but it was still like she's one of those. I talk to everyone until I'm into a relationship, and then it's still like, "Oh, we're still all friends, right?" It's like I don't know. I never was that kind of.
I think
guy.
it's kind of weird, honestly.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's
it's weird.
disrespectful to the guy that you're dating because he assumes that you guys are just friends, but it's like, no, you flirted with me, and now it's Facebook official, so we're just cool now. It's like, no, you wanted something else. You know what I mean? You went with this guy. I don't know.
I always struggle with that aspect. I always get to a point where if I like a girl so much, but we're kind of floating in between that friends, I'm like, listen, we either got to be together or like we're not like friends. Like I got to go do other things because you're taking away the energy.
Yeah, but what do you do in a situation where like you're friends with a girl, but you like her too, but you don't know if they like you? So do you say something?
Eventually,
risk-
I have.
Losing the friendship?
I have. Yeah.
And so how does that go down?
Well, it's weird for usually if you talked to me 3 months ago, I would say it's over and like never talk to that person again.
Okay, so how do you maturely stay friends with this person?
I usually don't. I don't. I just
Yeah.
give up on the because it depends on the stage of the relationship. But you know, people say, "Can you be friends with females?" I struggle with if
Really?
that's true or not. You know,
All of my friends are girls.
I know,
And
I know,
I've never slept with any of them.
I know.
None of them.
This is maybe why you're one of my few less friends where I just have.
Yeah.
It's just
But it's been a problem though,
hmm
only because when I do date somebody, I'm gonna go fuck her then. You're gonna go no.
yeah.
No, like I think the reason why I think going out with single girls is a lot more fun than going out with single dudes. Because single dudes, every time they go out, we gotta get fucked up. We're gonna get pussy tonight, bro. We're gonna get laid.
Yeah.
Girls are just like, hey, we're gonna go have fun.
You know, I think when I made that switch over,
So
I
for
already
me,
had a
that's what
kid.
I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never been that guy to go out and be like, I'm going to go get laid tonight. Because, one, you have that mindset. That's all you're focused on. You don't get to have fun. You're looking around. You're fishing the whole night. You end up with nothing. So then it was a waste of time.
Mhm.
Also, I don't care about that shit. I'd rather just go out, have fun, black out, fucking gamble, play some baccarat. And
But
fucking...
we used to talk about this before, and what the advantage of that was is because of the friends around us at the time. For me at the time when I
Yeah.
was younger, you were still able to like find a girlfriend or meet someone new.
Yeah.
Like now, over the last year, a few years ago, I didn't have that. If I'm going out, I'm usually by myself, so there's no one flocking up to me.
Yo,
anymore.
you want to talk
It's tough.
about
It was tough.
interesting Snapchats. You, when you were just at the bar by yourself, your Snapchats, you would just have a picture, like a video of your beer, and then it would be up. So you're drinking it, because then you put it down, the beer would be like halfway empty then, and then you would make some stupid smart comment like, "Look at these fucking assholes."
Yeah, I'm drinking in the Hicks.
I was like, why is he so sad?
It's just, it's so weird. I would be sitting at the bar. I might have told this story in the podcast before, but I was sitting at the bar during watching some kind of NASCAR. That was just on the television. Not that I cared, but it was the Dayton 500. And I didn't
Dayton?
you know what I meant.
You want to try Daytona?
Daytona 500. Dayton
Hey,
is
it's going to Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton is another
guys.
small town around Fort City. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this guy like comes flying into the bar and sits right next to me. Why the hell does that happen? There's a whole bar.
Yeah.
Sits next to me. I have no idea what this guy is. As the race is going, like I can feel he's like angry, like he's annoyed.
Okay.
And he's annoyed about the pace car because it's a Tesla. So he starts kind of mumbling about how it's an electric car and it shouldn't be like on during NASCAR.
Yeah,
So I'm like
okay.
trying to ignore. You know when someone's
Yeah.
talking, you're trying to ignore them, and then all of a sudden the
Bet you I know who he voted for.
so the President's Day. It's President's Day,
Okay.
and a mattress commercial comes on.
Okay.
Because that's normal, right?
Mhm.
And he yells out, he's like, "How's it President's Day?" And eventually the bartender, because he's like looking at the bartender, he's like, what do you mean? Because there's no president right now. And I was this guy.
Because of Biden.
Because
He
of
doesn't
Biden.
like
And
Biden.
yeah, and eventually he gets me into the NASCAR conversation. I eventually start, I'm like, I don't know. It's a fine. It's a car. What is so angry about it?
I think my biggest problem when I go out drinking is I'm too friendly, and I'm loud though. So like I'll be having conversations with whoever I went to the bar with, and somebody chimes in, and there's so many times I just want to pause, look over, and be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up. It's not my fault you came here alone. Your conversation's gonna be alone too. I don't want to talk to you. I did not come here to talk to you. I'm here to talk to my friend." Like Jenna and I will go out. Like I'll never forget. Me and Jenna went out for dinner, maybe 2 months ago, and we were like, maybe we'll go to one of the Pirate games, one of the last games. We're like, no, so we're at that North Shore Tavern where I always go to get the steak on the stone. We're eating this, and we're just having a conversation, and this dude's like, here's what you should get. I was like, bro, I know. He's like, well, I worked there. I go, cool, I ate here. Like, I'm good, thank you. You know, why would you go back to, and I felt bad for this dude because obviously he didn't have any friends if he was going back to the job that he got fired from.
Yeah, right?
Right? Like,
And he's by himself
yeah.
there.
It's like, you guys still hiring? Does Jamie take us back?
Is Tony back there? I said hi.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Mark, go home.
There's a Gus Johnson sketch like this where he's just yelling in the back like a guy's trying to show off like he knows the restaurant. He's like, Gus, is Tommy still here? Tommy! Hey, remember when we did this? Yeah! Yeah, the guy has no idea who he is.
Fucking cool.
Yeah.
I will say, though, knowing people at restaurants is very beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
I went out to dinner last night, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I saw you pouring fire on the food.
No, that wasn't me that did. Jocelyn did that.
Okay.
Jocelyn's my friend. She is the manager there and the events coordinator. And she's like, if you ever want to come down and eat, let me know. I'll hook you up. And I was like, all right. And I've never been down there. And like I've had this like card for like a year to use it. And I was like, tonight's the night.
What restaurant was this?
Eddie V's.
Eddie V. Oh, yeah.
Let's go. So Ashley and I went, and I didn't know like how hooked up I was gonna get. You know what I mean? Because you never know. It's like, oh, so we got there, and it's a Monday. Very interesting on a Monday when you go out to dinner because you think it's going to be empty. It's packed. It was kind of packed, but it was slow for them, they said. And he says it's all business people that are dressed up, out of town, business meetings and stuff like that. I literally had a tie-dye T-shirt on, the same fucking jeans I'm wearing today, and like a members-only jacket, I think she had a hoodie on.
Did they have to give you something or anything like that?
Fuck no.
No,
Because
okay.
you want to know the fun fact, and I told you this before, if you have money, you don't have to dress up.
Right.
You don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Who are you there to impress?
Right, 100%.
So everyone there probably looked over, and I said to Ashley, I bet you everybody's going to look
you're
over
super rich.
and think we're rich as shit because we don't fucking care. We don't care.
Yep.
That or we've just never been here before. But like, you kind of know. Like if I'm downtown on a Monday night, you have money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Jocelyn was like, what do you want? I was like, I don't know. So we had it was crab cakes. Crab cakes was good. We did oysters. I love oysters, even though it just tastes like seawater and boogers. But I like it because I just feel like I'm at the beach. I can taste the ocean water in my mouth.
It doesn't taste bad.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Maybe we'll get some later. And then we did lobster tacos. Phenomenal. She did salmon. I did a fillet with lobster, and
This is now the Tim Dillon show.
we had like 5 drinks, and my tab was $120. It should have been probably $500. You know what I mean? But I was like, $120 for all this. What a deal! So that was a good deal. I got hooked up.
Yeah, that's wild.
Went there, ate
It
there.
looked cool. It looked super fancy.
It was
you know?
it was nice. It was different than McDonald's though. I'm used to shitting my pants after
You're
eating
really
food.
used to McDonald's.
Yeah, I've put on some weight, bro. Oh man.
Oh, I was touching you last time.
I know. I'll fucking kill you.
What? You look at my guy. I don't understand.
Well, I was just trying to see what I can make fun of you about.
Yeah, that's what you were looking
I know.
at.
I was like,
What's
what is
he wearing
got?
today?
What's he wearing today? Can I ask you a question though?
Sure, you're always loving
What
it, but
size jeans do you
I
wear?
think these are
28s,
No, man, that would be tough. You're 30s.
30s.
Yeah.
How do you fit your meat in there? Because you got solid meat.
I got
though.
some solid meat, but you gotta go down the left pant leg.
Is that how you do it?
Mhm.
Is it there now?
Well, no, it's up here. Now.
Oh, it's
up
it's
in-
mini meat
It's
right
up
now.
in here. Yeah, it's like squished in. I'm a little chilly.
Yeah,
Mini
What-
meat.
mini meat. Throw me a freaking boner, Scott. I've been isolated for 30 freaking years. That's literally your dick, though. It's been isolated for.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
You're right. For 13
Wow.
years.
Is that who you're bringing to my show?
Yes. Yes.
You know, there's something very, very important that you know that I get to finally announce at that show.
I'm scared. I don't know.
You do know.
What? You're
Shut up.
Burp, burp.
Yes. That.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be awesome. Wait till you see how I reveal it, too.
Oh,
Like,
you
he's
might have
good.
told me that too. I don't remember.
No, I just came up with it.
You told me an idea.
Shut the fuck up. It's not it. Why do you ruin stuff?
I didn't say it. I said you told me an idea.
Whatever.
Ruin your shit. You're the one bringing everything up.
I think I'm so close to deleting Twitter
I haven't used my last tweet. Literally says I'm done.
because we were wrong last. I didn't think you could pay for a fucking blue check mark now.
Oh yeah, you were wrong, but that's okay. I was just as confused. So was everybody else in the world.
So you can pay $8 to be verified. But do you know what's so funny about that? You can still tell how they get verified. Do you know how that works now?
Go ahead and tell me.
So what you do is if you go to a profile and they're verified, on their username and their check mark, click their name. And then it'll say this person was verified because either they're local government, entertainment, public figure.
Mm-hmm.
If not, it just says because they subscribe to Twitter Blue. So there's so many memes of like a crying baby and a guy laughing, pointing at him like this motherfucker paid for Twitter. He paid $8 for a check mark. I think that's corny.
I think it's corny that they had 2 check marks. So there was the blue one, and when they figured out, because they didn't catch it right away, that oh crap, how can you discern from the government ones that need the mark but they're not paying it? So there's like the blue one, and then there's a little silver white one, gray one, I don't know, that says official.
Are they different now?
There's 2 different check marks,
Really?
but it might change again. To be honest,
yeah.
what I thought was funny was I went on there a couple times and I actually couldn't tell which were parody and not parody. Because if you're just browsing through, like the big bold name doesn't have to say parody. Then it would say a check mark. And then in like your actual username, you have to put the word parody. But by now, my eyes don't care.
Yeah.
So it says the name of the company of the person, blue check mark. I'm like, my eyes are done. Whatever I just read, I think is the legitimate person.
well, I think that's the problem.
Right, because I was going through and I
Because
was like,
everybody
that's
can
crazy.
be legit.
It was
And then,
ridiculous.
but then you know what's so funny is Elon Musk, the guy who trolls absolutely everybody. They were shitting on him on Twitter, and all he's doing is suspending accounts, changing the rules of Twitter. Like, oh, now a parody account can't have a check mark. If you are a parody, you have to let them know immediately that you are a parody.
He's having a blast because if I go on TikTok, if I go on Twitter right now, he's at the top. I mean, I subscribe to him. I don't know if you follow him or not because he's just having fun.
I don't think
trolling.
he's really having fun though,
Who? Why does he? Why? Why do you think he's having
because he
fun?
spent $46 million.
It means nothing to him. It means nothing.
How doesn't it?
Because it doesn't affect his life at all. His day-to-day life has barely changed. Maybe now he gets to put a few more hours into Twitter every day. It doesn't matter. Years from now, when we talk about this, Twitter is going to be just as big, if not bigger. And it's going to be his. It's more than money because he's going to control such narrative in the world. Has so much control over information. It's not going to matter.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You want to talk about the Steelers now?
Who's that? Is that
Weren't you at the game?
who went?
You went to the game.
Who won?
The Steelers won.
The Steelers won.
They won.
They
the game.
won a game?
They beat the
The
Saints.
Steelers won. You know what I was looking at, and I'm so happy. I bet $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I won, but then I lost $950 at the casino last night.
So you won then, math.
No, I'm still down. But I won 200 the next day, so I'm still up like $50. Anyways, yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers finally got back on track because welcome back number 90, TJ Watt. He's that good.
It's insane.
He didn't even have a sack, and he took over the fucking game.
It's because they gotta change the entire play or
It's that-
way you play
it's so
offense
good.
against him.
I pick it, whatever.
He did it.
He won.
He made enough throws.
One, I don't think he can throw the football to save his life. I really don't. He can run, which is cool. But, dude, he needs to figure his shit out. Because, I'm so tired of hearing he's a rookie. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. All right, cool. But, like, the biggest thing that people said about him when he came out was he's the most NFL-ready prospect.
Yeah, not even close to that shit.
Well, he ain't ready.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't fucking ready. He's running. He's missing open targets. He's making bad reads, bad decisions. He's not, as far as throwing the ball, not nearly as accurate as Mitch Trubisky was. And Mitch caught so much shit all year because they just didn't want to see Mitch there. It's the same thing with Mason. They just didn't want to see Mason there, so they just booed him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But now with hometown boy Kenny's there, and he's playing just as mediocre as the other two. But he's got long hair, and he's from Pitt. So he's awesome.
Well, to be honest, if it's that close and you think you're going to go with the guy, I think the decision was right to go with him, over Mitch. You don't agree?
No.
No,
I would have had him sit the whole year.
the whole year.
What does he have to gain from this year?
I guess you could have saw if we didn't lose TJ, maybe he would have came
Right,
in. It
so-
would have turned it around. And
Right,
maybe
but
we'd go to the
that's my
playoffs.
point,
Yeah.
is that he was out. TJ was out. He,
Yeah, maybe.
So what was the point? And then he comes back. He this was his first win, technically. Right?
Is it?
It
His
has
first
to be.
starting win.
Because Mitch won the first game, right?
Okay.
And then the second game, we beat the Buccaneers. The only reason why we won that game is because Kenny got knocked out of the fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch
Mitch
came
came
in
back in and actually
and
put his
kicked some ass.
Yeah.
So this was his first win, and it was a great team win. It was fun to watch again. I'll tell you what, as far as tailgating was concerned, one of my favorite tailgates ever, because there was no expectations. We were like, let's just have fun. We haven't been to a home game in 3 weeks. The bye week, we're fresh. TJ's back, whatever. No expectations. If we win, cool. The fans were decent in the stadium. They were somewhat loudish. It was a nice environment. And I remember, leaving the game just going, I miss this. I miss not being stressed out at the game, winning, having a good time, going out to the bars afterwards, celebrating. I mean, it's crazy because for me, as someone who's 33 years old, my whole adulthood from 21 to 33, there was a high percentage chance that when I left the Steelers game, we won.
Mm-hmm.
And it was going to be a good time. And this year and the last two have been very depressing. They're not fun games to watch.
Do you think that's bad to link your emotions so hardcore?
I think it's terrible.
right.
I think it's terrible. Will it change? No. I'm always going to be this way. Because I really thought, 2-3 years ago, I'm like, you know what? I need to separate myself because this should not have an impact on my life.
Mm-hmm. And I did do that personally. That's why.
How
I'm not
did you
into
do it?
Well, they start not playing as well. I think that
So you're
helped a little bit.
bandwagon, see?
No.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. If you want to call me a bandwagon, that's fine. But it just became less entertaining. I got angry at myself for being upset, And so the combination of not wanting to feel that way anymore and the team going, turning like the one year we did the tailgate,
Yeah.
they were 0 and whatever.
Yeah.
And then the year that they were actually 11-0, they seemed to be worse somehow. So it all that together, I
Well-
started to give up.
well-
Maybe I grew up, man.
Fuck you. It's funny, though, that you mentioned the 11-0 Steelers because they had a big comparisons to the Philadelphia Eagles because the Eagles were 8-0 going into last night, and the Eagles are very... Wow, that sounded... Sorry, I just fucked the ghost.
That's all right. That's like the shitty mic, which the other mic is
That
out.
was crazy.
is out. Yeah, that was so weird.
Stepped on a cat's tail. My fault. So there's a lot of comparisons to them being the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Eagles are 8-0, but have they really beat anybody? Steelers were 11-0. Are they really that good? They both lost their first game to Washington.
Now, what is Washington's record, by the way?
They're 5-5 now, but
That's
they're
what I thought.
4-5 going into it. I thought they were going to lose this game, and it was funny because they said, "How will the Eagles go undefeated?" I go, "Fuck no, they're going to lose this week, and they're probably going to lose 4 games total." Now, I have a lot of hope now because in the beginning of the year I bet $2,600 on the Steelers to have over 7.5 wins. Now, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season, so let's break down the math. 16 games in a season, 8-8 gets you the money, right? Well, since last year, there's 17 games, so he's got to go 8-9, right? And I was like, oh, there's no way. Like if I told you, hey, listen, do you think the Steelers will ever have less this year than 8 wins?
You mean
This year?
This year?
Before going into it.
Oh, before going into it. I don't know. I still was pretty not sure about the team this year.
You didn't think they'd win 9, 10 games?
No, I wouldn't think they were going to do that.
Really?
I mean, you had no idea it was going to be quarterback. You had no idea
But
about the
Ben
team.
played quarterback and had like a horrible year last year. So it was how much worse could it have been?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't feel that way. I just didn't. Maybe there's not. I don't have a good enough reasoning off the top of my head.
Maybe
but
you were right. Maybe you were
Yeah.
right and I was wrong. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know. But so here's what I looked at. So right now we're 3-6. So there is 8 games to go. In order for me to win my money, I need the Steelers to go 5-3. I'm going to go through the schedule, and you tell me if I'll get these 5 wins.
Okay.
I think it's going to come down to week 18. Here we go. This Sunday, the Steelers play the Cincinnati Bengals in Pittsburgh. The Bengals are 5-point favorites. Will we win that game?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're going to say no.
Yeah.
I still need 5 wins. The Steelers are playing the Indianapolis Colts, who, did you hear about the Colts head coach? They fired their coach and made their former center, Jeff Saturday,
Yeah.
the
I
head
did read
coach,
about that.
with no coaching
Because
experience,
Cowher lost his
snapped on it.
shit.
Well, it's funny that it's Jeff Saturday, too, because I remember there was a clip of Peyton Manning yelling at him because Jeff Saturday's like, we got to run the ball more. We got to run the ball. And Peyton goes, shut the hell up. Just block. I'm the quarterback. I tell you what to do. I love it. All right, so we should win that game, right?
I think so. That's a
All right, so there's
possibility, yeah.
one. Falcons, they suck.
I don't even know a Falcon game. I don't know their quarterback.
Me neither. They're 3-6.
I know
right
Matt
now.
Ryan was actually playing on some team. Wait, is he on the Colts?
He's on the Colts.
Yeah.
But I think he's a backup now, too.
Yeah.
So they're like 3-7 or 4-6. Should win that game. Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
I don't think so. I'm not paying attention much, but
Baltimore's good, but Lamar never does well against Pittsburgh.
that's true. That is true. We seem to get on him.
So what do you feel about that? Possible?
If
You
TJ
can call it
Watt,
a loss,
yeah,
whatever.
I don't know if TJ Watt can get in his head. Like that seems to what happened.
So let's say to win.
I can think that's going to be a weird.
So I
win.
got
Yeah.
3.
We'll give you a win there.
Then we go to Carolina. Carolina's probably top 3 worst teams in the league.
Okay, we can handle him.
So that's 4. Now I got 3 games to go. This one could lock it up. 50th anniversary, Pittsburgh Steelers, immaculate reception against the Raiders. Will we win that game? Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Don't they always play bad at prime time like that?
No, we play good at primetime, but we don't play good against the Raiders ever.
Yeah, it's 'cause we never play them, so we have no idea who the hell we're
So
playing.
it's like every 4 years we just lose to them.
yeah, we just every 4 years we lose to them because it's just like team
Yeah.
from the other side of the country.
But they're coming here.
Well,
Christmas Eve. I'll be there because fuck my family.
fuck, that's a hype day.
Right?
That's a hype day.
They're honoring Franco.
So many variables.
Right?
That's tough. That's too much stress. I don't think they're gonna win.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll say no win.
Yeah, we'll say no win.
Steelers go to Baltimore on New Year's Day. That's a tough one.
That is so tough.
I think Baltimore wins that.
Yeah.
Okay, so dude, you're at 4-3.
So you need one more.
The last game of the
The
year,
Browns.
Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns come to Pittsburgh.
And we've yet to see Watson, so
And we have yet to see Watson. The game's going to be meaningless for the Steelers.
and
gonna
how
be
much-
meaningless
and how
for the
much tape
Browns.
they even gonna have on Watson? A couple games.
Yeah, he's just not going to do well.
Yeah.
He's been out for 3 years. He's just not going to play well.
Right.
That's not my point. But my point is, will the Steelers, will they fucking lay an egg because they don't care and just play backups and say, fuck it, and fuck me out of my money? I will lose my shit so bad.
So by then, by the way we've gone, let's say that they beat the Browns. What's their record now? What would their record?
The
be?
Steelers would get their 8th win.
And it'd be the 8.
And that's what I needed.
They'd be 8-9, but
'Cause
they
7.5
still have a
was-
losing record.
Still have a losing
So
record.
there's
so there's nothing to play for.
There's nothing to play for.
No.
Nothing for Tomlin. That is
Doesn't that
such a
suck?
Tough.
There's so much drama right now.
I know. I am really into it now. I'm like, man, you can really see
Yeah.
how going up and down.
And it's so crazy because before TJ came back, I was like, they're not going to win another game.
It's almost like you got to root for an earlier game to know the momentum is there, to have the momentum to even play that game.
Well, that's why I just want to lock it up.
Yeah.
Like, if we beat the Bengals this week, we could get into the playoffs.
That's a crazy way to think about it when you go the whole way down the end of the schedule and then come back and be like, we beat the Bengals.
Because
We're going all the ways.
But that's what's so beautiful about the NFL is
I
there's
know.
only 17 games.
that is what's cool about it.
Every game matters. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, look, dude, our division is not that great. They didn't update the fucking stats, but the Bengals are what, 5-4? Or
Uh-huh.
did the Bengals lose? I don't know what they did. Did they play this week? They have a bye week.
Bengals played this week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. The Bengals won.
I saw.
The Bengals are 5-4. Not that impressive, right?
No.
Okay.
But it's still a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing that. But the Bengals still have to play powerhouses, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They got Pittsburgh, at Tennessee. That's not an easy game. The Chiefs, no matter where it's at, the Chiefs get hot this time of
Yeah.
the year. And the Chiefs want to fucking pay them back after blowing that AFC Championship game lead.
100%.
They could lose 3 of those. Bro, then they got the Browns. The Browns never lose to them. Browns always beat the Bengals. I don't know why. Bengals play at Tampa Bay. Hey, Tom Brady's undefeated since breaking up with her, I think. Did they play this week?
They played in Germany. I was going to talk to
They
you about
won.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 3-0.
Yeah.
He's 3-0. Wow, Brady might go 9-0 after playing in Germany.
Oh, my God. Did you see that they went crazy down there?
They were singing.
They were singing
What
and
was-
jumping on the field afterwards.
Good.
And crap. I guess what someone else said, that's like the normal of how sports go in Europe.
Well, here's what I think. You know, now there was a big time where I was like, fuck that. Europe shouldn't get any games. I think it should, and I think the way that they're doing it makes a lot of sense. If you're a small market team that doesn't draw well, you're losing a home game.
Yeah.
You're going to lose a home game. Or because there's 17 games this year, you still get 8-8. You know what I mean? And then you both played a neutral field.
I think Brady was just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Did he not have fun?
No, I'm sure he had fun. I'm just saying he's getting out of the country. His wife buying $1 million house literally across the street, already dating someone new. Rich people are weird, man.
So then at New England,
Mhm.
at Buffalo, they play Buffalo, and then they play the Ravens. Dude, we're the only team on their schedule without a winning record they have to play. They're fucking done. They're done. Are the Steelers going to sneak in and win the division and win me another $8,000?
The only thing that's gonna be annoying is like never gonna fire Mike Tomlin if he keeps
I don't
pulling this
care.
off at the end of the
Good.
Yeah, I guess.
Then
right?
you deserve your job.
I know, but you want to make it to the playoffs and then make it to the dance and
Yeah.
then win the fucking whole thing.
We're going to.
We had 1 or 2 chances a couple years ago, and then I feel
Now,
like it's gone.
here's where your heart begins to break.
Okay.
Okay. The Ravens play the Panthers, Jaguars, Broncos. They should win all 3 of those. Then they play Pittsburgh. They'll be on a 3-game, 4, 5. They'll be on a 5-game winning streak when they play Pittsburgh on the 11th. I'll be there, so the Steelers are going to win. Plus, like, you just don't win that many games in a row. You're
Right.
due for a loss. Pittsburgh's going to fuck them up. Then they go to the Browns. Anything can happen there. Ravens at home against the Falcons. Ravens will win that game. Ravens. Steelers will win that game because I said so. And then Ravens, Bengals. So, dude, honestly, like, probably not going to catch the Ravens. I think the Ravens are very, very much in the driver's seat from here on out. In fact, when I get off of here, if the Vegas betting odds look somewhat nice, I'm going to hammer on the Ravens.
That's it. So that's when we need a hammer on this set.
Yes.
So it's like when you give some gambling thing, you're like, bam.
But this is bad too. Now,
It's bad.
now I'm looking at the Browns. Browns don't fucking play anybody. Browns play the Bills. Okay, they'll lose that game, right?
Yes.
Browns play the Buccaneers. They could lose that game. Okay, that's 2. And then they play Bengals, Ravens. Oh, they're fucking done. Because they still play us.
Yeah, I never.
And as
even-
long as we play them, they're fucking
yeah,
out of it.
it's always us, Bengals and Ravens.
So it's gonna
Even
be.
when shit's
I think the
hitting.
division's gonna be the final division tally is gonna be Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincy, Cleveland. I think Pittsburgh will finish second in the division.
That's a possibility. But it's if they make the playoffs, that's gonna be wild.
Because anything can
I
happen.
know. It's the
Because your
NFL.
rookie quarterback is now a veteran. He's played the full season. He's into the postseason. The offensive line is playing good.
Mhm.
Najee and fucking Jalen ran all over them.
Dude, I love the fullback, Warren. Like every time I see any highlight of him, he's either kicking someone's ass, like blocking. He's making some good
great.
catches, running downfield. Like I was finding him more entertaining than Najee. Even Najee did have a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I mean, it's just crazy that like I can convince myself that they won't lose another fucking game. Every week I can do it.
I mean, you sound a little bit like Twitter or some of the morning radio shows where it's like, we can figure this out. We go this far, come back, and there's a Super Bowl every time.
But I mean, you look at the division. I mean, here's the only thing is you got the AFC East with like fuck every team has a winning record right now. The worst team is 4-4. Miami's 5-3. The Jets are 5-3, and Buffalo's 6-1. Why is this not updated? What the fuck? 6-1. We've played how many games? Why is it not updated on ESPN?
On the website and not on the
app.
Oh, I think I noticed that
There it
yesterday
is.
that I
Yeah.
had to like reset.
5-4 is the worst division record. 5-4. You got, and I know we're talking a lot about football, but we have 20 minutes to kill. So football's football. Let's get into it.
Football. There's now a
So
football
let's do
podcast today,
conference
guys.
right now. Like if we were looking at the schedule, the Steelers are 12th. No, they're 13th in the division in the conference right now at 3-6. But they have the highest ceiling, I think, out of all these teams. So Kansas City, Miami, Tennessee, Baltimore. I just don't see how we get in unless we win a division.
I mean, you're right. You got to either win a division or it's going to be one of those games that after a couple weeks from now, all of a sudden they kind of hit a momentum
Yeah.
and they can't lose. Or like they have to beat like one of the teams we were talking about where I was like, they're totally going to lose to them.
They got to
beat
go
one of those-
7-1, I
Yeah.
think, right? You have to go 10-7.
Do you think you start play calling a little different because of that? I don't know what team did it yesterday.
We'll just get
but-
desperate.
Well, like a team did an onside kick start the game yesterday.
Who did that?
I forget who it was.
Really?
Yeah.
He recovered it though, didn't he?
Oh, they got it. Yeah, they got it.
yeah. I don't
So
know.
they-
I mean, the Steelers did that in Super Bowl 30.
they did.
The second half of the game, Cower went for it,
That was so
and they
cool.
got it. It was fucking awesome.
Dude,
Dude, they should have won that fucking game,
Ah.
dude. Oh man, could you imagine? We'd have 8 rings with that one and the Packers. Fuck. I still can't watch that game, Packers game. I didn't watch ESPN for 6 months.
I barely
Once
remember the game
Clay
because you're right. I
Matthews had
watched
the
it
title,
once.
and
Yeah.
Rodgers was doing this shit. I've hated them ever since. I can be 100% honest when people go, "Who's your least favorite team in the NFL?" Mine's the Green Bay Packers
Because they took the title.
because I watched them literally take a Super Bowl away from us.
Mhm.
Literally beat us. Like fuck that. Like people can say the Patriots, fuck them. They're done. Don't care about them. Fuck them. Nobody could beat them. That's why I'm not really that upset. Like, you know, Tom didn't have success. Who did? Nobody really had success against them. But fuck the Packers. We're the only ones that they won a Super Bowl against. So fuck them.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know what I mean?
It's like
Because
we're like-
other people have done it. Other people have gone to Lambeau and whooped their ass. Brady went in and whooped their ass. Plexico Burris went in there and whooped their ass. I think that was Favre at that time.
Mhm.
But my whole point was like Green Bay is not this like dominant team that everybody thinks they are. Just Rodgers always puts up big fucking numbers, and then in the playoffs he shits the bed.
Mhm.
So this year he won't shit the bed in the playoffs. So because
Oh,
they're
the shitty
not
game.
going.
Oh
They're
snap!
not going.
All these old men getting out of the league,
Is that
man.
crazy?
Yeah.
I will say this, man, and I absolutely love it. Do you watch any clips of Ben Roethlisberger's new podcast?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Is he not so cool?
I think he's finally just
Himself.
relaxed.
Yeah.
You're just cuffed to say the things that you can't talk especially when you're the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like you're on a different level of like keeping everything. You can't like really put your emotions. Now he doesn't give a crap. He's wearing sunglasses.
And he's got his hair spiked.
Yeah. Do you remember when he came in when he played there for a while and he had his hair all slicked back?
Oh, all creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
that
he shaved
was-
his beard. Dude, I love Ben. I mean, like, we were so fortunate and so like blessed to have him. Like, how many teams go draft, don't get shit for a quarterback? We had this dude for almost 20 years. And you knew that if you gave Ben the ball with all you had to have is a minute and a half left, you had a chance.
That was
And you had a really good fucking
yeah.
chance.
Is it 2008 or 2009 the Super Bowl season they won? Where
Yeah.
6 games during the regular season. I don't know how many playoff games because there was 1 or 2.
Yeah.
He came back and won. Plus, and obviously the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 games.
Yeah.
He did that in.
Well, I remember when Fitzgerald scored the touchdown with like 2.5 minutes left.
Mhm.
And everyone at my buddy's house was so upset. I'm like, what are you upset about?
I wasn't feeling upset either. I
I'm like,
remember.
we have so much, like, we're going to win now.
I thought that and it obviously happened, but I remember not feeling. I felt worse when Bettis fumbled and Ben had
because
it. Like,
we never did it
yeah,
at that
you're
point.
right. And I
though.
thought that game was over, obviously.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, that happened. So when Fitzgerald just didn't go down, just was like, I'm going to score. I don't blame him. You can score in the Super Bowl. You got to score. But it was fine. The problem was then there was a holding call on the first play.
Oh yeah, they're
Steelers
like in the
started
end zone.
in the end zone. And like Ben was like, nah, I don't give a fuck where we could start in Pittsburgh.
I've watched that drive so many
It's
times.
the best. He hit Santonio like 6 times.
And then Antonio drops one. And he drops
Yeah,
a touchdown,
Santonio had a wide open touchdown,
Yeah.
dropped it, and then
which is fine because the next play is so much better.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's my best play, top 5 plays of all time in Super Bowl.
that's so good.
So I love how we just float back to that Super Bowl right
Because
now.
it was so good.
Yeah, it's such a great
Well,
game.
also because you have the Immaculate Reception being this year, they're gonna honor it. I'll be honest, I think it's the most overrated play of all time.
Why? Because it maybe wasn't even a legal play.
Well, not only that, we didn't win a Super Bowl.
But they say it changed the franchise.
Fuck you. No, your draft picks change the franchise.
I thought that too. I hear it so many times. I'm like,
get
how does
it.
a play
I get it.
change a franchise?
I get it. It gave you guys momentum, but you didn't win it the next year.
No.
You won 74, 75. You know what I mean?
It was just
78.
such a media frenzy
I get it.
that like put a spotlight on people and the energy just stayed in the city.
Like, do you think that's the best Steelers play of all time?
No,
No.
'Cause
What
of,
do you
like-
think it is?
it's probably Harris's interception.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
James Harrison, fucking 100-yard
Harrison,
touchdown.
yeah.
Because do you know he was supposed to blitz?
Well, there's 1,000 things on that play. One, it's the end of the half.
Yeah, so if they score
Two,
there, we're fucked.
There's a guy on the sidelines like peeking out too far that Fitzgerald runs into.
Yeah.
So he could have made the tackle that he made on the half-yard
the
line.
fact that, like,
Yeah. So many things.
Ike Taylor and I think, like, maybe Deshae was running side by side with him, like, yo, give me the ball. And he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. That's my bike, punk. But the fact that, so he's supposed to blitz. He recognized that play in the championship game. He's like, they ran it on us on the team last
That's
time.
just watching film, man.
Pick off
Mm-hmm.
and just goes. And I just remember like going, all right, good. They didn't score. Oh, this motherfucker might score. Go, go, go. And the ref can't catch up.
Yeah, I know.
And so like the ref really didn't see if he was down or not. Ref goes, I mean, you got here before I did.
And then you see SNL, Keenan Thompson, he's dressed and he come like crawling in. Like he just
yeah.
like he's still running. Here's a weird thing. If he doesn't do that play, I might not like him that much. Because, he went to the Pats after he left the Steelers.
Yeah.
He has since said and done some shit where it's like, but like if it wasn't for that play, I forgive him. Like, that play's too good.
Well, we also wouldn't have won the Super Bowl, I don't think.
Well, yeah, that too.
Because
Right.
if they score there,
Yeah.
we're fucked.
Yeah.
It's a 14-point swing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Ben. I think Ben still would. Ben should have been the MVP of that Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I don't get that.
I
crap.
don't understand that at all. I get Santonio had a great game, and he deserves to be an MVP.
There's a lot of catches on that last drive.
But that was Ben's game. Ben was so clutch.
yeah, and that season's so clutch.
He's awesome.
Ben.
Dude, I love him, bro. Like his podcast, he's so funny. They asked him about the Jesse James play,
Yeah, I saw this clip.
and he goes, they're like, hey, you know that Jesse James play? He's like, he's eating like
He's
Halloween
glasses
candy.
on, he's
His
like,
head back. He's like, what play? Oh, Patriots. Oh, yeah. Wonder
yeah.
why that didn't count, huh?
yeah.
Wonder why that
Yeah.
didn't count. Against who? Oh, what a coincidence. And I remember and I know I'll probably never meet Ben. Never. Oh, maybe I will.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey!
Yeah, he walks
Maybe
in.
I'll never meet Ben.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like I know him now. You know what
You
I mean?
guys
Like, you know,
fucking-
like somebody like you're like your hero. Like Ben was my hero growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he was so fucking cool, such a good fucking player. And now like you get to see him behind the scenes where he's like sarcastic and kind of a jag off. Like
We could probably get the kid on this show.
no, I don't want him.
knew
I
you
want
were gonna
Ben.
say
I don't want because you know what I would say? Hey, I'm better than you at this. You need to go.
I'll have him on
Yeah.
on the Smart House.
You can have him on that one.
Yeah,
I
I'll
want
be-
Ben.
We'll have Ben on
It's
this
Ben
one.
or nothing.
And we're still putting Ben in the corner over there. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No,
Wouldn't that
oh
be
my
funny?
god. Yeah, Ben, go over there.
Go over there. We start
Yeah.
making fun of him.
Yeah. Dude, oh man. But yeah, football, man. What and I'm getting so excited now just thinking about what it was. It's crazy how sports can do that to you. You know, and I was talking about this before. I said, if you took away right now tailgating for me, would I care about the Steelers as much? Probably not. I think the reason why we love sports so much is because it's embedded to the foundation of you growing up. To me, it's a bond that I have with my mom and my dad. Like we just watch sports together. You know what I mean? That's our thing. It's a tradition. You come here, Pittsburgh, it represents you. I think like anything else, it would be the same, right? Like, I don't know, like what other city has a fucking weird culture? Like we're sports, but you think about that, like there's a reason why we wear Steelers shit everywhere we go on vacation. Because we're proud to be from here.
It's 'cause
For no
the,
reason.
It's because the Steel Mills left, and
Yeah.
then the Steelers start winning at like the same time.
Yeah.
And so we just took all our gerbs and our sadness and depression at the time, recession, whatever it
And the
was.
Steelers.
Yeah, into the Steelers, and then that's how the city was born. The new
Yeah.
city, the new version of the city.
Yeah.
So,
All right, I got a question for you.
mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you this question.
Go ahead, ask me this question.
I think I've asked you it before. I don't know if I've asked you it on the podcast.
Okay, that scares me then.
Well, you're not a big sports fan anymore.
Well, enough. Ask me anyways. You
All
know
right.
this is gonna go anywhere.
Big Steelers fan, right? You love the Steelers?
At one point in time, yeah.
Okay, when you love the Steelers, like die hard, and I told you, here's a box right here. Push this button. Two things will happen. One, the Steelers will 100% win the Super Bowl this year. Two, another 9/11 happens. The 9/11 won't affect your life, though. Nobody will ever be killed that you know,
You have asked me this.
but the Steelers win the Super Bowl.
This is like the question where you hit the button, you win $1 million, but someone dies, but you
Yes.
never know who that person is.
Right, so that'll never...
But in this one, I don't get the money. The organization wins the Super
yes,
Bowl.
you do.
Oh, what?
You know they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
So you can bet on it.
All right, so I could bet on
You
it.
can bet on it and you can be happy and celebrate.
But like 3,000 people are gonna die.
About 4,600.
What estimates are we going by? I guess this is your conspiratorial estimates.
I think that was pretty
I
close,
thought it was
right?
3,000. That's
Well, whatever.
yeah, whatever. No,
Is it really a big deal?
no,
No?
no.
Really?
Are you kidding me?
People die every day.
But I don't have the choice of that many people. I don't think I would do it with one. That'd be tough to do with one.
You get to pick the person?
No, I mean, no. You said like I wouldn't know. Like,
No, what if you get to pick the person?
that seems worse.
Why?
Because now I'm murdering somebody.
You could kill Putin and then fucking then be a...
That's like the same if you go kill Hitler the baby.
No, he's just him on a horse.
So I just press
Be-
this button. I get to kill Putin,
But you have to kill the horse,
and
too.
I get to.
Whatever horse he's on. There's
All
got
right,
to be some. There's got to be
it's
some
Putin, but,
sacrifice.
like that's not a big deal. If you kill Putin, someone else is just gonna step in his place.
Right,
It's
so
not-
fine, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed in you. You don't want to. You don't want to be a millionaire.
Well, you didn't phrase it that way at first.
Well, because you have to fucking use your brain, asshole.
Yeah.
Not everything's handed to you in life, okay? Just a button where you can kill people.
obviously you're gonna want to kill the people.
See ya.
Yeah, not a big deal.
I'd have a 9/11 every month. I'd push that if every time I push the button we'd win a Super Bowl.
Eventually, that many people, you would eventually know somebody if you keep doing.
No,
it.
that's the rules of the fucking game. You don't know them. It does not affect your life at all. Also, then the economy. You could make more money because you know what's going to happen. Stock market crashing.
You're sounding a little scary. If you actually get real power somehow,
Mhm.
like you're gonna be killing people. It sounds like to me.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Well, first of all, guys, I'm just kidding. Like, can we we don't want anybody to die. But there's some people that I definitely would. For the Steelers, yeah.
for the Steelers, yeah.
For the Penguins, probably not. So Pirates, oh, I'd fucking nuke a country. To see the Pirates,
Just to see them win. You're right.
holy shit.
Yeah, that's
How
the-
cool would that
yeah.
be? You know, it's like I think baseball sucks. But playoff sports, no matter what sport it is electric.
Mhm.
Playoff baseball, the bat sounds louder because it's colder. They're wearing long sleeves too. You can see their breath. Just the Fox always has like the darker camera. It just looks so cool. And I just
Yeah, you're right. It does feel like a darker.
yeah, Fox, even on sports.
Well,
any
it's just
sports,
later at night. The sun's setting earlier, so more games are at night.
it's just the best. And I just, man, I'm those 3 years that I had Pirates baseball playoffs. Was that the fucking coolest?
I guess.
Fuck you, dude. All right, what do you do? Like, what do you like in life?
Nothing. I was gonna ask you about the new Kennywood Spinavision ride. Was the
What?
new? Yeah, this is it right here.
Was it like VR?
I mean, they're gonna have a ride where you spin. So you're gonna do like a spinny thing.
There's UFOs above it.
I don't think those are gonna be real.
And why is the city of Pittsburgh in the background?
Because it's a Kennywood ride.
Right.
So it's
Well, they're in McKeesport.
Yeah.
They're in West Mifflin.
And so they're gonna be this Spinavision ride, but then there's also this Area 412, which is supposed to be a joke on Area 51.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool, though.
Oh, is it?
I think
It-
so. It's better than getting shot on Halloween there.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Is
gotta do
that,
something.
like, so instead of getting shot, you're gonna have it.
They
Like,
should just have CSI Kennywood.
yeah,
And it's a legit crime scene.
that's a great idea for a sketch.
No. No.
Why do you say it like that? Because you don't want to do a sketch,
'Cause
or how it's a bad
'Cause
idea.
It's just too real anymore.
Yeah. I was picturing one, and they did. I guess they did do that. DVE did the Yinzer when someone died down in the South Side, and he like how he died. He's like, what's his name? Rocked his face off. Who's the famous rock guy from Pittsburgh? I almost said Kenny
Donnie
Chesney.
Irish.
Yeah, you go. Donnie Irish rocked his face off.
It's great. AB's coming back.
To what? Coming back to what?
He's got another concert next Wednesday.
Oh, he's coming back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Is he opening for you again?
Should I go?
Of course.
Should I hang out with him?
You should try.
All right, I'll get him to hang out.
That's what you need. You need a picture with him of you guys hanging out.
Not just one of us.
Not
sitting
just
there.
like you showing up to the show. You gotta somehow like hang out.
All right,
You probably could.
I'll make it happen.
Yeah. So
Let's do it. I'm done.
you're
I
done.
feel done. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry
I'm hot,
too.
sweaty.
Yeah. We talked a lot of sports.
I'm
put this
hot,
up.
sticky, sweet, from my head to my feet. Yeah.
All right. Every time you
Quick
start
update.
singing, I don't want to do it.
Want to thank everybody for listening to this podcast. If you like this podcast, please support us on all different platforms. The Pits, thepits.company, where there's endless amounts of funny and informative content from Pittsburgh, by Pittsburgh, to Pittsburgh. Check us out at www.thefuckyou. Dustin, you thought I was going to actually read that.
I don't know. You're looking at it.
And the production company that produces everything is Dustin's company. It is the Gateway.media, the gateway for all of your media needs. That could be commercials, that could be promos, that could be podcasts, OnlyFans. Would you do an OnlyFans?
I mean, the price is right, maybe.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's do an OnlyFans. OnlyMans.
Holy man.
Frank and Hogs.
That's the new
By the
podcast
way,
next
this was
week.
the first podcast I didn't mention it, so come. This was episode 31 of the podcast. Guys, there's only 100 tickets left for my ugly sweater party. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. If you're wondering in comparison, it holds 400 people. 300 tickets are already sold. They're going at an alarming rates. I'm very excited. It's going to be the best show you've ever seen, not just because I'm on it, but because I'm in it. Guys, Matt Light Podcast, episode 31, season 3, 3 inches hard. Hammers.
What's good Steeler talk? That's like real Steeler talk.
Yeah, we can use some of those clips.